Huh? Where are we? Mars? Oh yeah, Earth, right. 7 continents, 7 seas, 7 rings in hand. Alrighty. We're looking forward to playing more Oracle of Ages. Getting pretty close on the main quest. Progress. Got about 2 key dungeon items left. Thank you. Well, she said Queen Ambi's left the tower, so she's not even here. Oh, palace. Yeah, not the tower. Spire, don't startle me. You also heard the guard on the palace was down and came to save Nehru. If anyone's gonna save her, it's me. I won't let you beat me to it. But it's no good entering from the front door. I know, there should be a hidden entrance in the palace. Garden, I'll sneak in through there. What? Why do I know about the hidden passage on my first trip here? Never mind, I'm coming, Nehru. So they're kind of pulling an ocarina at a time. Like sneak in to the palace, to the garden. I want to see how they throw me out. Just like ocarina at a time. You can't come in without permission. That's funny. Oh, I'm just a like, sir. Don't mind me. Okay, he looks right. Gotcha. Yeah, it's like a puzzle. That's cool. 1 of 4. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of a trope that Zelda kind of stopped doing after Wind Waker. They had a pretty good run. There's the Gerudo Hyrule Guards in Ocarina of Time, Gerudo Deku Guards in Majora's Mask, and then the Moblins in Forsaken Fortress. But after that, you know, they have the Metal Gear-like spy stuff. It'd be cool to see it return. There's a lot of fun ways you could implement it. Oh, okay. It's also just a close, like, proximity range. I wonder what was different there. I guess I budged a little bit to the right and went into his range. That was funny. There's probably like a field of view. And any block actually like obstructs it, which is cool. And I guess you can get thrown out. It'll be alright. That's a good check if you beat the last dungeon. And try to do this early. Interesting. It's a dormant Igor statue. I guess you just call it a fake Igor statue. I guess it would just be an Igor statue because the ones that move their eyes, those are basically like little Igors. Wait, you can run past? Oh. Oh, okay. That's pretty good. I wonder if you can shoot seeds at them. Cause it was giving it. There was a tree with like the scent seeds. Does that distract them? Spire, I'm amazed you have come so far. Wait. Do you mean to turn your sword on me? Ha 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 ha. If you want to hurt Nehru, then go right ahead. Interesting. Get the shooter? Do you hit the magic ball? No. You just leave? That's pretty good. You just leave and, like, what, resupply? So it's kinda... It's like a puzzle disguised as a boss. I think... Yeah, look at that. They're just letting you refresh. They want you to solve how to stop that attack, because the sword's not hurting Nehru. Nehru, Baron. But I think that's part of it. They don't want you to... I think part of the whole, like, taunting Link that hurt Nehru is part of the puzzle. So a direct sword strike isn't what to do. As far as I know, Link doesn't have any Doctor Strange soul out of body powers. I did try the harp for something similar. To, like, see if that would get Nehru to wake up. Yeah, they're not giving you a lot, though. That's funny, like the spawn rates for the hearts here. That's okay. Do you, like, stop her movement? Also, I wonder if making that block there stops Baron from going here. Well, I don't think we're bottlenecked by any item check. This is supposed to be the next thing you do. Are you supposed to hit these back? Like Phantom Ganondorf? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, and you're pretty self-contained in the palace. It could be bombs because it lets you refresh supplies. That's kind of the big indicator. They're letting you leave this fight. So I feel like it's a limited supply thing. Bombs are hurting her. I mean, you just shield it back. We might have to go buy a shield. That actually might be what it is. Because shields are technically things you can lose. Let's get thrown out. Oh, these guards will just take you out. We gotta ironically go to the first guard. Okay. I'm closing shop, that's funny. Is there something we could look at on the right first? I mean, there's that we just came from. Okay, it's giving me these mystery seeds, and then we'll try the shield. Not bad, but as long as I'm in Nehru's body, you cannot harm me, which means I'm invincible. Ha 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 ha. Can we switch hook? Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. That's awesome. So you're kind of doing a 4-item switch in this fight. You don't have to use the feather, but it's really good against the spread laser here. And then you do sword, switch hook. So we actually probably could streamline this by putting them all at the bottom here. You know what? There we go. Okay. So now we need... Not bad at all. Just wait until next time. What is this commotion? Spire? Where are we? Are you truly Nehru? You seem different. You seem nice. Ha ha ha. The queen comes with impeccable timing. The body of a queen suits me just fine. Do you know what I'm going to do now? Let me tell you. Meet the petrified ones. I shall catch them all. Nehru. Is it you? Is it really Nehru? Ralph, I'm sorry to make you worry. I'm fine now. Let us return to our own age. Here, what are you doing? Catch them now. That's cool that she can just move between time without the harp. Makes sense. Oh my gosh, Nehru, your sister's right in the tree. Go say hi. Do you think they casually just... She probably just sees her all the time. Din, though, she's kind of far away. I wonder if Ferrero's in Oracle seasons. Probably. Probably find her in both. Thank you, Spire. You've safely pried me. There's some good English words in this game. Pretty rare nowadays. From Veron's grip. Now all the strange things that happened in the land should return to normal. But Spire, Veron's still in the past, right? If she is, then can't she still create an age of darkness that would continue to the present? Sorry, Spire, I was the one running around while you did the saving. It's good, that's good character development. But know this, I'll be the one to stop Veron. And we're back. I won't lead a little bit of character development. I won't lead the people of the past to her evil deeds. Forgetting about Veron now would be foolish. If we do, she'll just come for Nehru again. Ralph, just like you said, I'll help in what little way I can. Spire, you have the Harp of Ages. I want you to keep it for now. I'm sure it will continue to aid you. Now let me teach you the last tune, which will unlock the true power of the Harp of Ages. I like how the Maku tree is laughing. You learned the tune of time. Play it to move back and forth between past and present. Choose it when you use the harp. Spire, you fool. As we guessed, saving Nehru was for naught. Ambi's age is filled with cries of sorrow. Veron has extended the Dark Realm's reach, giving us what we see. Echoing cries of sorrow spread darkness, spread sorrow. What was that? I can't take this. Spire, I'm going back to Ambi's age first. May fate bring us back together. Bye. There's little else I can do, so I'll return home for now. Stop by anytime. What's going on? What does it mean if they're behind Veron's deeds? Spire, the next essence. That's weird. An essence is echoing from inside a fish. Is Jabu Jabu in this game? I think he is. Pardon me. I'm fine. Spire, you may be the only one who can stop Veron, but surely Ralph will help you. Saving Nehru doesn't seem to have ended it. Leave this to me. You go back in time and put a stop to Veron's plan. I like how she casually was like, you might need to take the lead on this one, and hopefully Varan helps you out. As that does seem like a pretty consistent part of his character, is just him being like overeager a lot. So we still haven't fed the Happy Mask Salesman, but I don't have any food. Wait. Okay, I'm playing the mayor here in Lena City. Long ago, Queen Ambi, who ruled these lands, suddenly changed into a cruel... that's new dialogue, yeah. Into a cruel and heartless person. Our records say it was because a girl who served her was taken away by something. I wonder what really happened. That is a cool, like, time influence thing. Yeah, this is a switch hook upgrade puzzle. I do wonder when you get that. We only have 2 dungeons left, so it might just be the next dungeon. I say that, but... You know, there's still 6 items left. 6 items, a switch hook upgrade, a shield upgrade, a sword upgrade. Oh, I guess, hold on. Okay, there's 4 items left, but shield, sword, power bracelet, switch hook upgrades. There's a bomb upgrade because of a Goron wanting 20. So that's 5 upgrades, 4 items, and 2 dungeons left. I wonder if there's just like a crazy burst of like upgrades and or items around one area. There's probably a special spot we can use. I like the Zoro Sapphire emblem. But there's probably a location where we could do this. I mean, these are loosely... You know, Farrar, Din, Nehru-like symbols. I did notice the wind-like symbol ASAP with this. It's really interesting. Yeah, I wonder what seasons we'll have. I know there's a rod. There's like a rod of seasons or something. So I wonder how that'll be used. But there's probably, yeah, there's probably a spot that we normally couldn't time travel with that we can do now. Also, we can swim. Yeah, that's a big factor. My family's been fishing this island since my grandpa's day. The island is drifting to the west so long ago it was farther east. That is interesting, actually. Big part of the time travel mechanics. I like this clock. Definitely Capcom taking note of what the most recent Zelda was, which was Majora's Mask. I'm gonna start taking more note of how many clocks are in this game. That was a fun motif. Is like all the like houses and businesses had clocks in Majora's Mask. Most of them. Obviously the ones stemming away from Clock Town less and less. But I just loved hearing that background clock. And then like at nighttime where there's no music, it was really interesting. Can you dive under this? Oh. Wow. You can dive under all of it. A fun challenge. Oh, super rewarding if you can avoid the whirlpools. That's cool. It actually might, yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think it's pulling me in. It has to be like really close. Okay. I kept thinking I had to basically like fast swim away all the time. It's a good piece of heart chamber. I do like how the underwater effect is like a CRT progressive scan effect. Obviously a lot more dramatic, but I love that effect so much. Oh, is this Zelda Vaporwave? Maybe. Oh, right. Yeah, he's got a shield. Yeah, we still, and I don't know what the chef was down here that he wanted. I don't think I have any item still that helps him out. That's alright. Another Metroid style coming back to an area after you get an item. Pretty cool. Yeah, I know we're only 2 dungeon key items left in the game, but I had a feeling this song was gonna be... Listen, I don't think any Zelda item has ever come close to Fierce Deity Link for like post-late game, or like late game over-dominant items, and Fierce Deity Link was on purpose. But this is kind of a much lighter equivalent in terms of, oh, now you can just time warp anywhere. But I mean, 2 more dungeons left. I do love that how rewarding Fierce Deity Link is in a game where you can continuously fight bosses over and over. That's another reason I love that game so much, is there were so many times I would have loved to have fought like Goma, King Dodongo, Baronade over and over. I know you can fight Goma pretty fast by just starting the game, but I loved those boss fights so much, so when Majora's Mask showed that you could just refight, I was like, whoa, that's awesome! And I do wish more games found witty ways to do that. Kirby games are good with that. Kirby games do the whole boss rush mode after you beat the game. I wish more games just did boss rush. Metroid Dread had a boss rush update. That was awesome. And then the cherry on top is that Majora's Mask had a mid-boss rush mode. So you could you could make your own boss rush mode by fighting all 5 of the main bosses without recovering hearts. Like, that could be your own challenge if you wanted to. But then the fact that Icana Canyon's like post-game activity was mid-boss rush, and it was just canonically explained as like these souls want a rematch. I thought that was so cool. And it was like the Poe Shop guy that was running the... Well, he was like running... He basically was running the event and then he disappears. I thought that was cool. So I'm a big boss rush advocate just in general. Can you dive on the right here? Well, you can, but yeah, you don't... Well, not dive. You submerge, but yeah, not like Pokemon dive. Again, this is funny. This game predates Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald by 2 years. And I really wonder if the Pokemon designers were inspired by these games with the way diving works, because it's like 1 for 1. Downright to the point of like, this game shows certain spots where you're able to dive back up and certain spots where you can't. It can't be just coincidence. Which makes sense because Oracle of Ages and Seasons was Zelda's version of it's Zelda doing colored versions like red and blue, literally Zelda red and blue version. So it's really cool to see that they probably were like, hey, Zelda's doing this thing that we were doing, and they probably took a further look at it compared to other games in general for like game design inspiration. And the Zelda designers are big Pokemon fans. That's literally what Keaton the Fox is. He is like a big, obviously he's influenced by the, Kitsune mythical Japanese fox, but he's also definitely inspired by Pikachu. I wonder, can you shoot the ship? Can you shoot bullets on a raft? Yes. This is like, yeah, this is Wind Waker before Wind Waker. Let's see if we can get some pirate combat. So they're probably on like a fixed cycle, just have to probably wait a little bit. Hello. Okay, they the seed goes right over the ship. That's funny. I do like the size of like Link's sprite looking bigger than the ship. That is really funny. What's funny is, okay, you can leave. You're not raft locked. Oh, hello, Zoro. It's really cool to see, I really like seeing, like, pixel sprite Gorons, Dekus, and Zoros. It's really cool. The seas beyond here swallow up all who venture into them. The Sea of Storms. I can't allow a child like you to pass. Okay, I wonder what the bottleneck for that is. Interesting. Yeah, definitely we see a Zoro here, which again, I think this is the first game to have River Zoros and like friendly Zoros in the same game, and we don't see this again until Echoes of Wisdom. I don't know much about that game aside from the Deku stuff, but I did catch that there's like this like Zelda helps with a peace treaty between like River and friendly Zoros. That's cool. Okay, but yeah, definitely looking like the next dungeon might be Jabu Jabu's belly. I think this is a power bracelet upgrade. Yeah. Something, oh my gosh. This is this a trick shot? I think this is a trick shot puzzle, hold on. That's fun. Hello, Tingle. Oh yeah, Papa's balloonist, right. I like that. On a like a top-down plane. Does Link have anything by himself for that, or is it maybe just jump and slash? Yeah. Look at all the mystical seeds you've gathered. Tingle the Fairy can make it so your satchel can carry more seeds, shall I? Yes. Very well, then Tingle shall work his magic. Close your eyes. Tingle, tingle, kalulumpa. Wow, for free? Wow. This might be the most... Yeah, Majora's Mask and Wind Waker Tingle, I mean, they charge you fees. They help you out, but they charge you. I mean, it's fine. You know, making business. So thanks for your help. Help the economy. But he's just giving you it for free. Thank you, Tingle. Come back anytime you wish to see Tingle. Tingle, tingle, kalulimpa. These are the magic words that Tingle created myself. Don't steal them. Copyright. 2000. Wow, 50? Okay, he gives you a seat upgrade for free, and they all get stacked up to 50. So not only does he upgrade, he's like, oh, here you go, 50 of each. Like, Tingle. You're gonna resupply up to 250 seeds? That's pretty nuts. That is the most generous Tingle offer ever. And spoilers in Wind Waker, he helps you with the Triforce quest, so he still charges you, but again, that's fine. I actually like that. I'm shocked that he did this for free, but that's fine. Like, that doesn't ruin Tingle or anything. It's the mix-up. It's, oh my gosh, yeah, I'm trying to think of the timeline here. Majora's Mask Tingle is Termina Tingle, child timeline. Wind Waker Tingle is Hyrule Tingle, adult timeline. This Tingle is like NES Link to the Past Link timeline. I would say Hylian, but this is not Hyrule. But maybe he moved over to Hyrule? But then you're asking, like, wait, what if Wind Waker Tingle is Termina Tingle? Because there's actually a few characters that kind of cross that crazy tree area in Kokiri Forest. In the Lost Woods. Like that Goron that eats rocks from Dodongo's Cavern, the one that wears the Donjero's mask. Happy Mask Salesman crosses over, Skull Kid crosses over. I could see Tingle crossing over. More business. Maybe that's the plot. Maybe adult timeline Tingle, his dad is like, hey man, you should go try to expand your business in Hyrule. Like, okay. It just tells him to touch grass more. But see, he's on his... Well, actually, maybe he does touch grass more. Tingle does not use his balloon in Wind Waker. The only time he does is for you in the Tingle Tuner, which is funny. Ha, I get tired so easily nowadays. Am I getting old? Are you 75? You're like, what, 50-something? Don't worry about it. 75? Actually, don't worry about it. Well, we're in an age of heightened nutrition. We're probably going to get cybernetics in 5 years. And just a lot more information on taking care of yourself more. $50 of those, dang. 50 of the running seeds? This is nuts. Dang, Tingle really... I'm still not over that. Like, that's a crazy mix-up. I did not expect Tingle to give, honestly, one of the best upgrades ever I've witnessed in Zelda. And it's from Tingle. And it's for free. It's pretty good. Like, another context is Tingle has 2 of his own games. And his first game was just had Rupee Land in the title. Like, it was basically the Wario Land equivalent of Zelda. starring Tingle, so that's another reason why him giving me this upgrade for free threw me off. In a good way. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, the Tingle, the 2 Tingle games only came out in Japan, but just like Mother 3, Earthbound 2, there's fan translations, I know that. Okay, it looks like, I wonder what the bottleneck is here. Let me look at the map real quick. Probably a time thing. What if we just do that right now? Definitely hunting for Lord Jabu Jabu. That is the main goal. Definitely trying to take note of any location I can time swap where I couldn't normally now, or before. Okay, Burning Seed location. Oh, you know what? I actually need to keep track of where that treasure chest is. Hold on. Because we might be able to find some time shortcut. Okay, so okay. Yeah, the treasure chest is still elevated. But, okay. Yeah, remember this. I do like this part of the game. This is actually kind of an equivalent, a little bit of an equivalent to where I am in Morrowind, where you're getting towards the end of the game, and the game grants you quite a few options by now on average. And so in Morrowind, it literally, the main quest tells you, hey, go explore, give it a bit of time, and then you will continue the main quest. In this game, it's more about you just got this, and now, yeah, you can really start taking note of certain access points towards the end of the game, especially with how many items you have by now. I'm still not over this. 50 upgrade seeds each. Tingle, did you win the lottery? Oh my gosh, did Tingle go back in time and get all the stock market numbers and lottery numbers? He invested in Coke ASAP. There you go, there's your new theory. You know what? I don't think that's the case. I think he just kind of made a nice, generous deal. He's probably thriving in business. And he's just like, here you go, Link. Let's swim. Let me see. Yeah, that treasure chest spot is, they're definitely making you work for it. You can go around. I'm just seeing if there's another shortcut. That's okay. Hello. Yay, Moosh can go into the town now. Don't mind me, ladies and gentlemen. Just strolling by. They need to bring Moosh and Ricky back. I don't think they're owned by Capcom. I think Capcom kind of did just like a a generous, like, hey, these characters are for you, Nintendo. Feel free to use them. Kind of like a little bit of what they did with DuckTales. I don't know everything about how that went down, but in the new DuckTales reboot, they make multiple mentions to the DuckTales video game made by Capcom. I mean, I'm sure the creators were polite to just reach out and say, hey, we're gonna remix the Moon theme a few times. And sounds like they were like, yeah, that's fine. Ironically, Capcom was like way more chill than Disney was. And Disney owns DuckTales, but Disney has this weird regulation about Mickey Mouse where they're like really, really strict about how Mickey Mouse is portrayed in anything. So ironically, they couldn't have a Mickey, Donald, Goofy reunion in DuckTales because Disney didn't allow Mickey Mouse to appear, to the point that the DuckTales creators kind of made a joke about it, and when Goofy came back to reunite with Donald, they just made like a watermelon shaped like Mickey, and then they had like a Mickey Mouse impersonation, like one of the characters was impersonating Mickey through the watermelon. And yeah, stuff like that, I'm just like, Disney, I think you can trust the DuckTales creators. And I mean, the show's over now, but hopefully in future shows that aren't Mickey Mouse centered, Disney can be pretty laid back, or more laid back about allowing Mickey to be depicted in their own IPs. But I think for Zelda, I think it's probably not even a phone call away. It's probably a text message away. I would obviously do an email, but you can probably just email Capcom and say, hey, we'd like to use the designs for the Oracle Sisters again. Is that okay? Yeah, that's fine. I mean, they basically were kind of used in Wind Waker with the statues. Definitely some influence. Hey, we'd like to use Moosh and Ricky again. Yeah, that's fine. I think it's that easy. And then, yeah, on the opposite end, poor Gino and Mallow, it is, I think those guys have been cheated out of a lot of appearances because of the crazy Square Enix Nintendo limbo copyright with them. I think if I owned Square Enix, like if I was the CEO, I would just tell Nintendo you can use Gino and Mallow anytime you want. If it was like really bad, like if they personally like sabotage those characters, I mean Nintendo's dealing with a lot of other problems there, but that would be super uncharacteristic. We're talking like Metroid Other M levels of sabotage, like what they did to Samus. Wait, was that a game? No, that was some crazy like what if story someone made on YouTube. But yeah, that's a good example on how to ruin a character. So unless they did something like that, I think they'd be okay. Yeah, we would have had Gino and Mallow in so many of the spin-off games if it was a lot more down-to-earth of like, yeah, you guys can use it. Those two, go for it. Another thing about Mario RPG is there's a lot of just cool enemies that are stuck in Square Enix Nintendo limbo, and the only time you get to see them is when they remade Mario RPG, which is really sad because Gino actually made one appearance outside of those games, which was Superstar Saga, which was not owned by Square Enix, but they actually gave Square Enix credit in the end credits. And then when they remade Superstar Saga, they took out Gino. So that to me is another indicator that there's some outlandish, crazy copyright about that guy and Mallow currently still around. Kind of like the Disney Mickey Mouse thing. And again, it's just sad. I think you know, I love the show Smiling Friends. I think at this rate, Smiling Friends is one of the funniest shows ever made, just in general. And they did a good job calling out big companies that own legendary IPs like Mickey Mouse, Mario, Final Fantasy. And Mario and Final Fantasy and Mickey Mouse all get stuff made. But they specifically talked about like characters that people love that hardly show up. You know, like Banjo-Kazooie, Conker, and how the companies are like, no, it's my IP to do nothing with. It's like, yeah, technically, you own the right to those characters, but, you know how many people would love to play those games, man? Okay, so I think we just go down once, and we're good. One, it's like down one left. Let's see. Like, tile-wise, it should be this. It's just sad, because on the opposite end, you know, Shovel Knight, who I think is the indie game trailblazer. Like, there were indie games before Shovel Knight, that set, you know, there were indie games like World of Goo that set a bar for how amazing indie games can be. But I think Shovel Knight trailblazed indie games. I actually think because of Shovel Knight, that's why we have other, like, amazing, ambitious quality indie games like, you know, Undertale, Celeste. And meanwhile, Shovel Knight is in this basically social obligation position where maintain a high status because of what you did for the industry. But that being said, there's been a lot of companies that have asked to use Shovel Knight in their games. And from the looks of it, Yacht Club Games has just consistently been like, yeah, that's fine. Go for it. And it's like, it's that easy, you know? Even if a game like, even if a game that he appears in, like he was in, wasn't he in Brawlhalla? He was in Brawlhalla and Rivals of Aether. So it's like, even if, let's say, Rivals of Aether 1 wasn't that good of a game, spoilers it is, I think that as long as the game doesn't just negatively sabotage the character's image, yeah, it's okay to, you know, be like, hey, yeah, you can put him in the game. You know, and I do think there's an importance of protecting IPs. Like, you know, it's important to protect Mario to not show up in some super unprofessional Five Nights at Freddy's mod. But I do think that, again, Nintendo has a little bit of this problem too, but not as bad as Disney. But yeah, Mario and Mickey, like, I think at this point Mario and Mickey are, I mean, they have been for decades. They are direct parallels to each other, yin and yang between video games and cartoons. And Mickey is the Mario cartoons, Mario's the Mickey Mouse of video games. And Nintendo has a little bit of protective agency over Mario, but not as much as Disney with Mickey Mouse, which makes Kingdom Hearts even more crazy. I too am on that boat of every now and then I look out the window and I'm like, wow, they really did do a Disney crossover with Final Fantasy. And I mean, it worked. In general, it's cool. I never played Kingdom Hearts, but the music's cool, and it is cool to see, like, Cloud Strife and Hercules in the same scene. I think what works for Kingdom Hearts is, again, just good, driven effort. It's really easy to fumble and mess up something like that. And obviously there's a lot of Kingdom Hearts games, so I can't say for every single one. But from what I've gathered, it seems pretty good. And that was Disney trusting the crossover potential of their IPs with Final Fantasy. Full circle, when Mario crossed back over with Final Fantasy again, not for Mario RPG, but for Mario Hoops 3-on-3, that was really cool. That was like, Mario Hoops 3-on-3 is a really good game. And it was really cool to see, like, hidden characters like Red Ninja, White Mage, Black Mage. That's actually how I learned about Cactuar and Moogles for the first time. Actually, I knew about Black Mage because I knew about Final Fantasy 1. And I loved the design. I love how Black Mage is like a void face character, kind of like Jawas. But I didn't know about Cactuars or Moogles. And so it was really cool that Hoops 3-on-3 brought in 5 Final Fantasy characters. But I will say, it definitely was a missed opportunity to use Geno and Mallow again. That would have been cool. So hopefully in the future, next time they do another either sports game or RPG with Square Enix and Nintendo, they do that. Because they also did Fortune Street, another Nintendo Square Enix crossover game that had Dragon Quest characters too. And once again, no Geno or Mallow. Poor guys. That's perfect. Like, Fortune Street is Mario Party with Square Enix mixed in. Could have had, like, Sulix as the final boss. That would have been cool. Okay. So I wonder if we get something to cross this. Or it looks like... Well... Okay, something... Hold on, let me check underwater again. Okay, top left entry. Interesting. I'm gonna get more coffee real quick. Well, now, whenever I do a co-op Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask stream with Euron, I'm just gonna codename Overpowered Tingle as Oracle of Ages Tingle. So basically, when he starts selling like transformation masks and stuff, I'll just say, "Oh, we got an Oracle of Ages Tingle." Because yeah, I'm still thinking about this seed upgrade he gave. That was nuts. So I'm probably missing a quadrant. That being said, I haven't explored the past yet. Like, I haven't explored much of the past underwater, so we can try that. I think the game's trying to nudge you to... This is one of the most underrated parts of a Zelda game that I love and doesn't get talked about enough, in my opinion. And I'm gonna be honest, I hardly talked about it growing up. I think it's because in any Zelda game, you're anchored around X amount of dungeons, and then you go to the final boss. And obviously, people talk about side quests, but this part right here in Zelda games, the path from one dungeon to the next and just like exploring, I think is so underrated. And they basically become dungeons of themselves. Like this segment here, or you know, the island at the bottom right that we were at a few weeks ago, this place, they're basically their own forms of problem solving with all these different puzzles and stuff. Well, hello, sir. I found this scrap wood by the sea. It's weird. I've been waiting here a long time, but the owner hasn't come to claim it. I guess you can have it. I've been polishing it for, wow, many years. So it's very shiny. Many years. Yeah, a long time. Iron Shield. If you meet the one who dropped it, you don't need to mention me. I don't need any thanks. Thank you, sir. They live a long time. What does this shield... You know, I almost got this upgrade before buying another shield. I guess you probably would have just given it directly. I just wonder if they would have called it an upgrade still. Like if the game would correct itself. The eye socket is hollowed out, but what could go there? Okay, yeah, this is the dungeon entrance. Can we do... Hey, what's up, everyone? I was gonna say, can I get some, like, pickups real quick? Yeah, bombs. I think we're maxed out on bombs, though. Okay, we already did that. Yeah, they're really making you work for getting in this inner area here. Interesting. This is interesting too, but yeah, the Zora is gatekeeping here, which is fine. I think, yeah, the Zora is probably gatekeeping that whole area. Pardon me. Yeah, that island. Oh my gosh. Like, I knew the island was on the map, but the way the game depicts this island makes it seem way farther off from the mainland than it actually is. That's so funny. Like, it just looks like those creatures on the island are cut off from civilization, which I mean, I guess they kind of are. But it's funny how close they are. But most citizens don't have the mermaid tail, so. If I was in charge of making like another sequel to Wind Waker, which, you know, we have Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks, but if I had a game where, you know, Toon Link is back on the Great Sea, I would definitely try to remake that island in some way. I think that'd be a fun callback. You don't have to do... I mean, you could do the whole dungeon, too, if you wanted to. Remake that dungeon as well. I think that'd be a really fun callback. It'd be creatively challenging to implement that entire area into 3D. Okay, we don't have a bomb upgrade yet, so that's like gonna be our next thing for if we come back to the Goron area. We need to keep exploring the oceans, though, that's for sure. Hello, everyone. I'm going to be a princess. You don't work, you don't eat. That's a good Link call out. I don't think this Link drinks milk. That's like the closest he does to eating in the series. He drinks soup in Wind Waker. If you believe it will be. If you believe it will be. We're going to build paradise, okay? We're going to build paradise. You don't work, you don't eat. Well, it was good catching up with all of you. Hopefully you'll come back soon. It is crazy to think what the next Zelda game might be. Zelda 3. The next adventure of Link. I would like a new Zelda 2 game though, that'd be cool. Playing too much may have tired me out, but I do like being able to move. Seeing my healthy grandson keeps me healthy. That's good. And this, she wants a mask for the dog. We still don't have that. I think, yeah, you definitely do like a side quest, like a trading side quest, looking like it. Happy mask salesman gets food, gives you a mask. I don't know what she might give you though. Okay, you can't go in there. definitely this area. I think this is the Jabu Jabu area. But we gotta find an opening. That's kind of our big bottleneck. But see, if we arrive from here, I don't see any way to jump down in the water. Pretty locked away. This looks like a diving moment. Let's go back to the southeast. I mean, I'll check this mermaid statue again. Like maybe I dive behind it? Nah. Maybe it could just honestly be for decoration. That's alright. So funny. I began my life as a fisherman on this island, but now the island drifts toward the horizon. In my grandson's day, this island will be farther west. Grandson's day? So, it's interesting trying to, like, scope out how much time has passed between the present and past in this game. It's not as big of a time gap as I thought. It's definitely a lot bigger than Ocarina of Time, but it's interesting. I feel like there's something you need to do there. It's not... Because you can't play indoors. Yeah, this island moving definitely, I think, plays a big factor in our progress. Is this new? Like, we've technically been here, but I think this is a new passage. That's funny. Yeah, I think we're starting to carve a little bit in this area. Okay. Good thing you can teleport back in the water, that's good. So, okay, yeah, this island moves left, too. Okay, good block. Zora Village. There's a Zora Village? Are they gonna do a chiptune remix of Zora Hall and Zora Shrine? Yeah, I think they might be doing chiptune, like a chiptune remix of the Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask Zora theme. That's exciting. We're missing out on something, though. The game's still kind of blocking us a bit. Oh, hey, what is that? That's cool. Yeah, huge bottleneck checks to make sure you beat that 6th dungeon. Ooh. Interesting. Huh. The island's gonna move west. Let's see. And then just do it again. Okay. Maybe? That should cross a line, let's see. It's close though, hold on. Cross a line, hold on, to a different spot. Yeah, a different tile, hold on. Okay. There it is. Okay, yeah, I can do this underwater. There we go. Same, dude. This is great. Welcome to Zora Village. Welcome, young mermaid. This is Zora Village. Isn't there anyone who we can entrust the Zora symbol of heroism to? The symbol, the Zora scale, is a powerful sea charm. There's a large library east of King Zoro's palace. It's honestly... It's kind of nuts that Majora's Mask did such a good job establishing like 3 really good elemental tribes. I mean, Ocarina of Time started with, you know, Kokiri, Zora, Goron, but for Majora's Mask, they weren't going to have Kokiris again with Link. So they gave Deku's a civilization, and playing this game where, you know, there's Goron, Zoras, and Deku's here again, it kind of makes Wind Waker even more sad just because, well, one, there's no Deku's in Wind Waker. There's only the Deku tree. Zora's... I'm not going to spoil the game, just in case your On's watching, but they're technically, like, around, but they're not really like this. Like, they don't have their own cities, and a bunch of them are in different spots. So I would love for another Zelda game to do that. King Zoro's palace is beyond here. It doesn't ruin Wind Waker. I remember playing Wind Waker and finding out that Deku's weren't in it. But there is a Deku leaf, and I was just like, oh. I wasn't mad. I just would love to see, I just love seeing them in games, and now there's like a petty feud, or there's some people have like petty hatred towards the Koroks. And I'm like, guys, don't worry about it. I like Koroks. I'm not going to be anti-Korok saying, oh, if Koroks are in this game, that means Deku's won't be. I think they can coexist. But I would like for them to use Deku's as a civilization more. Like with Echoes of Wisdom, that was cool. Okay, so this looks like it's going to open up later, or maybe in the past one. Is this like the final dungeon? Maybe Jabu Jabu could be 7th, and then this could be, maybe this is the 8th dungeon. Maybe they kind of double up here. Oh, hi. Please listen, young one. You may not believe this, but I am the Queen Fairy, guardian of the sea. The curse of an evil one named Veron has made me appear so. The magic of fairy powder can turn me back to normal. Veron has poisoned the sea. Soon all living things in it will perish. Please go find some fairy powder. That was definitely a BDU sword habit. Definitely another cool Majora's Mask trope. Great fairies being cursed. I say cool. I do feel bad for that. What if you visit in the present? Hold on. Oh my gosh. I think it implies that the Great Fairy dies if you don't cure the curse. Dang. It's pretty bad. Okay, so this is, yeah, look like a dungeon key access. stairway leads to the throne room. The king is ill. If you must see him, make it brief. Our ruler, King Zora, suddenly fell ill. We've done all that we can, but his condition does not change. King Zora has no successor. If his illness continues and he passes on, we Zoras will lose our last king. King Zora's face looks so pained, doesn't it? It's a good sprite of him. The pain, this is the end for me. To think the prosperous royal family could fade in a generation. The pain. We believe we need a special medicine called a magic potion to cure King Zora's illness. Where can we find a magician to create such a potion? Oh, interesting. Probably northeast. The seas are filthy. Cough, cough. Oh, I like the way they spell cough. I can't swim in peace. Poor guy. Oh, hi, Joe. That's a good sprite. Does he get bigger in the present? Boop, boop. I think he does. I think I actually remember seeing a screenshot. Yeah, I definitely saw a screenshot growing up of Jabu Jabu way bigger in sprite form. This is probably for an item I don't have yet. Pardon me. This was the palace of our ruler, King Zoro, but long ago the king fell ill. Ever since we've continued on with no king, that which the king looked after. The key to Eyeglass Isle Library, it's been lost. Okay, so Jabu Jabu is probably not the 7th dungeon. It is sounding like that library. Yeah, this is sad. In the present, there's just no King Zoro now. So I think it's time to go northeast. Oh, I might have just warped in front of the lock. Pardon me. Oh, there's no surface area here. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. It's not letting you... It's kind of like they're doing like a point of no return. Like the game's trying to tell me, hold on. Until I find... Maybe get a warp or something? It might be that cave puzzle. I think it's definitely around that cave area as our out. Unless I'm missing something in the Royal Palace. Such a good sound. Yeah, I just feel like this is an item for later. But we're kinda... It's almost trapping us right now. Until we figure this out. Let me go back to the palace in the past. That's just good life advice in general. Is there anyone who we can entrust the Zoro sim? Oh, yeah. Pardon me. Yes, there he is. He's a little bigger. Probably need like a fish or something. Jabba Jabba resides beyond here. It's said to be quite a maze inside his belly. Well, I don't think you unbottle a fish underwater, though. But there's some way he'll let you in. Just gotta think what it would be. It's also good sprite work. Him and his younger form. We don't have any, like, we don't have any warp, so we are, like, yeah, the game's definitely keeping you in this area until something's solved. Yeah, we don't know the trigger yet to get him to open his mouth. Yeah, there's not much you can use underwater either. It might just be this, but don't really have any lead on this right now, other than I think it's really an item we don't have yet. Seems like a was it the rod you get in Twilight Princess to move statues? It's a very similar thing here. Is what it looks like. Like you need a big dungeon item to get that, or to like move that and stuff. I mean, that looks like our only, from what I can see, that's like our only bottleneck though, while we are kind of keep enclosed in the southwest area of the game. Okay, so they're officially designated as Sea Zoros. The same as those savage, vulgar river Zoros. Don't think us noble Sea Zoros. Yeah, this is the first game they're both in. They're both in at the same time. He won't talk. Something we're not doing to get access to him opening his mouth. I mean, it just really seems like this has something to do with it. Everything else seems pretty... It honestly seems like all the other routes are done. I'm trying to brainstorm in this area what else there could be, so it might just be trying to solve for this. You can play in here. That's big. No. I was like, wow, that'd be nuts. Yeah, there's your lead. Just swap up songs. That would be cool. Probably not what they're looking for. This has to be a dungeon item thing. Oh, can you get out through here? Let's see. Yeah, it's close, but... Yeah, they're locking you out. Gotcha. So this island does not move west, or does it? Let's see. Okay, same tile spot. I need to look at what I have. I wonder what's blocking this off. Yeah, that's the bottleneck, is a magic potion. And so I'm just feeling the need to go northeast. But this game does not have any warps. And it just looks like it's locking me out on purpose until I solve something here. Because it's looking like potion to King Zoro. King Zoro probably gives you access to Jabu Jabu's belly. And then after that, you go to the library. Those are the last two dungeons. Yeah, they're not letting you surface. Can't swim past these. Let me look at the present one again real quick. Yeah, once again, can't surface. This is for, like, arriving, but not leaving. There's something we need to do before leaving. Pardon me. I definitely keep brainstorming what to do in that room with the blue towers. The blue pillars. So this quadrant's unlocked in the past, I just haven't unlocked it in the present, okay. I mean, at this rate, it probably is a Lord Jabu Jabu check. Like this cave up here. You probably do something in this cave to make him open his mouth, but I'm trying to, let's see. Do you do like this? Oh, he doesn't do a sword. He doesn't really do a sword dash in this game. Okay. Yeah, they're not moving. So it's definitely not like a moving tile puzzle. I do like how you can get rupees from digging. It's fun you can move this. Yeah, okay, he's not coming over here. That's alright. There he is. Link just asked him to hand him a paw. Lift him up. Excuse me. Okay, yeah, I don't think there's any secret room here. I mean, what if we, like... I actually am curious, like, if we save and quit, where does it spawn us? Let me see. I want to see, like, the default spot here. Okay. Yeah, I think he's just like a sitting check. I don't think he's waiting for you to play. Can't play an instrument underwater. You really can just switch hook and that's it. So I think he's awaiting some type of check. It's probably Cure King Zora, but Magic Potion would be northeast. We are pretty locked. That's why that dungeon above, or not a dungeon, the cave above King Jabu Jabu, or Lord Jabu Jabu. I feel like that has to be the link there, the next thing to do, but it also looks like you just, there's a dungeon item I do not have. I wonder if the game's coded to give you more hearts on average if you're low. I don't think there's any. That was also just another sword habit. I don't think there's any secret in the present fairy fountain. You're supposed to rescue the fairy in the past. I mean, this switch hook spot's interesting. Yeah, I don't think this is like an Earthbound waiting thing. Also, I love that you can move while charging in the water. That's cool. A lot of big trees detailed here. Yeah, I don't think there's any big puzzle solving here to get past it. I think you are barriered in. I just noticed they're like, these are the same sprites as trees, but they have shells. That's so funny. So there's nothing like, it's not like a kind gesture you could do in the past for him. Okay, let's see. This right here is like the choke point, not letting us pass. And then this area blocks us off too. They definitely want you staying here because there is no warp system in this game. I mean, really, at this point, it has to be solving this cave. That at this rate, looking in like every corner almost, I think it has to be. Like, I don't know what you... Oh, excuse me. Currently don't know what you do to interact with these blocks. They just really remind me of blocks of time, and we did play a harp. That was the seed. For a second, I thought like a door opened up or something. That was funny. I don't think it's a digging secret. Okay, so these statues take up 2 squares. None of them look misaligned. Rings are all optional, so I don't think you're locked behind some type of ring check. They give you, like, they do give you these seeds on a tree, but it doesn't look like you shoot with these. Or they get, yeah, they don't get triggered here. You can shoot underwater, that's pretty big. I don't think any seeds work. He's not talking to you. So that's some type of check. I mean, I assume it's that cave above him. I wonder what you do. Maybe this is like a silver gauntlets check. You get your power bracelet. Oh, you know what? I bet you get a blue power bracelet for this. Okay. Let's see. I'm looking for any opening, and there's just, you can't, okay, you can't run off these ledges. This is sealed. Again, sealed on lower and right side. Not sealed, but this is mainly a switch hook jump. Great Fairy's cursed, and I have no magic powder unless I don't think it counts as mystery seed. This is like a similar check to King Zoro, I think. That's fun. That like never gets old. This is so close to venturing up here, but I'll try one more time on this island. This is quite like the interesting bottleneck. Is there, I mean, is there like a, do you dive in here? No, the water's shallow. It's not a wall you bomb, what it sounds like. This is just, I think this is just here to show that sadly the Great Fairy died if you don't cure her. No warps. They want you here until something's solved. And at this rate, it just has to be Jabu Jabu related. I don't think it's an Earthbound thing where you wait for 5 minutes and then he opens his mouth. I think the Zoros would hint you at that. But that room with the blue statues, I just think that is blue power bracelet related. I'm really realizing now more he can use his sword underwater with this, the mermaid tail. That's pretty good. Is there anything I could, let me test some stuff underwater. It looks like it's sword, cannon, switch hook. Okay. Can't swing at these to destroy them. Yeah, they're like pretty hefty hazards. Oh, it's because B is binded to surfacing. Hold on. So basically all the items I want to use have to be put on A. Let's see what works. That makes sense. Yeah, B has to be the surface button. Almost like a sword. Okay, yeah, Harp not working underwater. Can't shield underwater. Probably not power bracelet. Probably not bomb underwater. Shouts to Twilight Princess for introducing water bombs. That was really cool. Well, I'm gonna test some sword stuff. See if there's anything I missed. Like, you can cut that, that's cool, but this is all blocked. You can't bomb underwater. So it's not like there's like secret walls. Yeah, there's something. This is one of those. I almost was about to say there's something obvious I'm missing. I don't think it's. It doesn't seem obvious. If you've played this game before, it's probably pretty easy to know what to do next. I do think it's Jabu Jabu related because I am condensed to this southwest area. I can't leave for right now. So there's something I'm missing, and there's only so many checks. Jabu Jabu seems like the only, like... Also, you know, the Great Maku Tree is telling you the next dungeon key item is in Jabu Jabu. So really the puzzle is around how do you get him to open his mouth. You probably get a big dungeon item there. I don't know if you get fairy powder. Maybe you get the blue power bracelet. But it seems like you do Jabu Jabu first as a dungeon, and then the King Zora stuff going into the final dungeon, which is the library. You can cut grass for him. Water grass. There you go, sir. Just checking these underwater routes where I might be able to use a sword. Unless, do you feed Jabu do you feed young Jabu Jabu the like little kid Jabu Jabu like any seeds? No, it doesn't seem like he reacts to that. And then save and quit will keep you in this area. The game is definitely wanting you to stick around here. Magic potion and fairy dust. Just looking for any item interactions. Nothing here. I might as well wait a little bit here while I brainstorm. I don't think it's an Earthbound waterfall thing. Excuse me. Okay, so you can use sword, siege shooter, switch hook underwater. I think we've checked every room in the southwest area, the Zora area. We can't leave. So it is really wanting us to do. I just think we probably want to do Jabu Jabu's Belly. That's what the game is pushing us towards. The question is, looks like we need to do something to trigger him to open his mouth. I don't think you get a fish underwater. Maybe you get the equivalent of like food, and he smells it. I think the cave upstairs is blue power bracelet, and we're probably getting the blue power bracelet in the next dungeon, which might be this guy. Present day Great Fairy Fountain has no one in it. That's more about like a gameplay storytelling thing. His nose is twitching. I love the sprite work for Jabu Jabu in this game. And just, yeah, the Zoros in general. Hello, Jonah. Yeah, we are, I think this is actually the biggest Zelda bottleneck I've ever been in. Not in a bad way. I've just been trying to really solve this mystery. Because, okay, so from here to here, we're locked in. Walls, and then the underwater walls. And there's no warping in this game. So we're stuck here until we basically solve the Jabu Jabu mystery. I don't think it's an earthbound waterfall. I don't think he's just going to open his mouth in the next minute. It's my prediction. But there's some check we don't have. There's something we don't have to trigger this. I mean, in Ocarina of Time, you had to solve the mystery with King Zoro first. Like, with Ruto's letter. To then go to Jabu Jabu. In this case, King Zora is sick. And they say, go find a magic potion. The magic potion, I think, is up here. East. Syrup's Potion Shop. So, like, my mind is like, okay, go here. Cure King Zoro, and he probably gives you access to, well, I think he gives you the lens to the library. So I think there's 2 dungeons here, like I said, Jabu Jabu and the library. The Maku tree is saying there's essence in a big fish. So I think Jabu Jabu's first, but he is staying closed up here. I mean, technically, I got like a fish tail, but that's only half the meal, huh? I do like how you can swim in this game. We'll keep looking. And if I end the stream at the top of the hour and I haven't made progress, I'm not looking up what to do. This is one of those things where I'm going to keep brainstorming what this could be. What am I missing? Like, if these things got destroyed, that'd be huge, but then that would defeat a lot of the puzzles we were doing today. Like, undermine them. So it's not that. You can cut seaweed. Well, some. This one you can't. No, you can't use your bag underwater. You can use the seed shooter, but he doesn't react to any of them. We'll try again, though. The only 3 items you can use underwater are the seed shooter, the sword, and the switch hook. And so right now I'm trying to brainstorm, what have we missed? Yeah, I think there's a big check we're missing and he would open his mouth if we had it. Now here's one of the only big leads from what I've seen. Is this cave right here, right above Jabu Jabu. They're not telling you anything. Usually a cave like this, with stuff like this, is like, oh, hey, did you get that dungeon item you can use on this cave now? And these blocks look like a blue power bracelet, silver gauntlet equivalent. Or in Twilight Princess, it would be... Is it the Dominion Rod? And so I feel like probably the Jabu Jabu dungeon gives you the blue power bracelet. And you interact here. I mean, this really... But see, also my mind is like, is there anything I'm missing here to where you solve this right above Jabu Jabu and he's like, oh, hey, nice. And then he opens his mouth. Probably not. This is probably a post-dungeon thing. But other than that, I mean, again, we're kind of locked. Like, again, you go up here, we can't get up here. If you time jump here, you're still locked. Like, see the way they drew the wall above Link? Like, you're still locked. Can't go past here. This is not water you can dive in yet. This tree, as far as I know, doesn't have anything, doesn't have seeds on it. Alright, dive back in. Let me show you the bottom part where we're also locked. So, this is like a one-way thing. You can switch hook above these hazards, but you obviously can't swim past them. So to arrive, you switch hook this, but now you can't leave. You can't like swim vertical. So the game really is saying you can't leave yet. And I'm just assuming it's like you can't leave until the Jabu Jabu problem is solved. So he seems to just be kind of hanging out. Yeah. And so this guy's gonna give you a Zoro scale when you prove your heroism. I assume that's when you help out King Zoro. He's like, he probably gives you some like noble honor title. You get the noble honor title and he gives you the scale here, the Zoro scale. I wonder if the Zoro scale, he says it's a charm. I wonder if that is a Jabu Jabu check. Regardless, I mean, hey, you know, it's not like we're soft locked. There's something I'm missing here. And, you know, we have 2 arrows of time. But it looks like we've checked every tile. This is like a secret chest. This is the very left of the world here, so you can't bomb underwater anyway, so it's not like checking for walls is a thing to find more areas. Unless they introduce like sword tearing mechanics, that'd be funny. We are in the present, let's go to the past. I mean, we still got like 35 minutes, so... I mean, I'm still enjoying this game. And like I said, I'm not gonna, like, look up how to solve this if we end this stream and I haven't made any main game progress. That's okay. Definitely, I think this really is the most stuck I've been on Zelda, though. Yeah, me too. I've been... It seems like a Link to the Past thing, where you time jump in a spot you can't normally. But this is fixed. This is hard blocking me. And, I mean, there's nothing that gets rid of these, which is fine, but they're doing that on purpose, so you have to find witty ways to traverse in and out. We'll go back to the palace. I don't know if there's any secret here. You can't move these. Zoro's hanging out. I think them talking about a successor means he might give you some title if you help him out. And then King Zoro will just mention that he's sick and he's worried about dying with no one to press on the family, which is really sad. King Zoro's face looks so pained, doesn't it? It took you a while to figure out how to get to the Dark World Desert area. Yeah, but not looking at it had a great payoff. I'm just, yeah, I'm not a walkthrough guy. I just don't, yeah, I don't look up walkthroughs. I want to try to play the game as the designers, like, wanted a player to do without help. Like, with like a player guide or online guides. It's fun, and I again, if people use guidebooks, I'm never gonna like scald them or anything. Nah, I mean guidebooks have cool pictures and stuff. I personally like, yeah, when I play new games, I try to play without guidebooks, like near blind or blind playthroughs. I mean, that being said, even games I've beaten before, though, like Banjo-Tooie, I plan to do 100% on Tooie, and I don't want to look up a guidebook for the jiggies I've missed, but I know so much about that game, there's probably only a few jiggies I don't know about. I'd rather just try to keep working on problem-solving skills in the game, like what the game gives me. This is big. Again, this is the library, right? And this might be the 8th dungeon. And can't use the key right now. And if you time jump, the island stays in place. and it's just locked if you can't unlock it in the past. And they are definitely being pretty relentless with these bubble blocks. So you basically have two forms of tile swapping, right? You have underwater, above water, and then past and present. And you're right, I'm looking for the same thing, Jonah, about is there anything, any like nudge that I can shortcut through by jumping either in water or through time? I'll show you the Great Fairy Fountain. She is cursed, Majora's Mask style. Well, okay, I guess Majora's Mask style would be Lost Fairies. I guess more Link to the Past style. Just like a... yeah, this is more like an older school Zelda curse. Top down. Please go find some fairy powder. Okay, and yeah, I don't think fairy powder is contained here. What would fairy powder... like, where would that be in this location? Because... so we have here to here. So we have 10 tiles to work with. Technically 11. This tile right here is where we get bottlenecked. Like, this is the point of no return. So we have 11 tiles to work with. I haven't found any powder, and this is like a tornado seed tree. They want powder, not seeds, so I do love this weapon, though. Yeah, fairy powder and a magic potion. A magic potion would be up here. Well, in the present. The witch will make you... I bet the witch makes you a magic potion going east. And, I mean, east is blocked off here in the past. But... we're really... that's my goal, is trying to escape. I can't get out of, Zora Village. And I don't see any, like, there's no warping in this game. Unless there's, like, a ring that does it. I don't think there's a ring that warps you. Let me time jump. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like a Majora's Mask Icana Canyon soldier scenario. Like, what if you first encounter the soldier and you already have a red potion? He does take the red potion and gives you the stone mask. Nothing here. This is, I think, again, this is more about gameplay storytelling. Like, oh, you didn't cure the Great Fairy, and now she's just gone. Which is really sad. Is there a bombable wall here? I guess we could check. Doesn't sound like it. And even if there was, I have yet to get a bomb in Zora Village, so I don't think there's any resource to replenish a bomb from what I've seen so far. Switch hooking. That's like a relic of the past, and they just kind of carried that over, which is pretty cool. But yeah, in terms of like, you just cannot get past these bubbles. The hazard bubbles. Yeah, if we could jump down one tile, we could probably go get a magic potion. So there's something keeping us in here. I mean, again, that being said, I'm still gonna keep looking for any opening to leave Zoro Village. And yeah, the default song doesn't get, like, upgraded to a home warp. It looks like on purpose did not give you any warps in this game, which is fine. And yeah, that would be so funny if the game does. I don't think the game soft locks you out of, like, oh, you didn't bring a magic potion. GG. That'd be really funny, though, but I don't, this is a Capcom game from 2001. I feel like they would really rigorously test stuff like that. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Underwater, above water, past, present. It's been interesting to see all the different changes. I'm missing something. This Zoro just talks about the difference. He talks about how river and ocean Zoros are different. Oh, he calls them noble sea Zoros. And then the river Zoros are savage, savage, vulgar. I'm glad, spoilers, they make peace and echoes of wisdom. I don't know where Echoes of Wisdom is on the timeline, but I am glad they make peace. All your homies hate River Zoros. I like River Zoros. They're a good challenge. I mean, this guy says the river's filthy, but that's because of Veron, the main villain. She's like poisoned the waters, kind of like Majora's Mask and Southern Swamp and Great Bay. Well, Southern Swamp, yeah, more like Southern Swamp this time. Great Bay is more of like murky, ominous, like a murky, ominous curse. Yeah, we can't use the shovel underwater. Hello, little Jabu Jabu. See, my mind was thinking, like, can we give Jabu Jabu, like, a snack? And then he remembers that in the present, but we have, like, no food. And you can't drop seeds without shooting them. And he, as far as I know, he doesn't react to any of the seeds. We'll try a scent seed. This will, again, I will brainstorm what to do if we don't make any progress in the next, like, 23 minutes. Okay, I think the throne room is done until we get a magic potion. I'm gonna go back to where we are locked. So, we can't surface. I'm pressing B right now. They are not letting you surface on this tile. I mean, no, I was gonna say, do the switch hook diamonds stay in place when you come back? They get reset, so I don't think you could switch that. Yeah, you can't switch them up in the past, and then that affects the present. Yeah, they are definitely relentless in locking you out with these bubbles. I mean, it is interesting they give you the tornado seeds. Like, to me, I'm like, oh, the game is supplying me with gale seeds. But I wonder why. Because you can warp. There it is! I thought they were used to get rid of enemies because they're really strong. Like, these things one-shot enemies on average, like a lot of them. Okay. Here's the warp system. That was fun. Okay. Oh. Alright. That is my mind thinking, this thing's already so strong. So my mind wasn't thinking, there's no way that you would warp. You don't even really warp in this game aside from the past and the present. Oh, okay, you just flat out get Song of Soaring warping with the seed. There you go. Okay, we can go here. Yeah, if they didn't have that tree, you would get bottlenecked. That is a soft lock. You know what also it was? Is when I got the seed shooter, I was using the seed shooter way more than the pouch. Pouch is good for like close range, but the seed shooter basically does the seed effect, but now you have like a projectile range that bounces. So right when I got the tornado seeds, I was using them as ammo. And I'm borderline addicted to challenge, so to me, I'm like, oh, there looks like there's like no Song of Soaring temple warping in this game. That's okay. I have fun just learning the land. That's funny though. Okay, so these tornado trees are the owl statues from from Majora's Mask. Gotcha. And we need to go to the past now. See, I live for stuff like this. If I saw a walkthrough, that to me that would, you know, that would take away the really big, like, oh my gosh, like it's like a self-reflection moment, like this combination of, yeah, look at this Mega Man styled gun I have, so I hardly use the pouch. Not that I thought the pouch was worthless, it's just the range was a lot closer, and I was like, wait, the effect of the seeds still works with this gun. But it totally not on my radar that you have a Song of Soaring in this game. So yeah, that is a fun warp. I like it. So I actually really enjoyed being stuck like that. I knew there was something, and again, all these clues of like, it's a 2001 Capcom game. I'm sure they tested this a lot. It's like, I don't think they wanted to mess up their first Zelda outing. Okay, so future reference, kind of what I was predicting. The Earthbound waterfall moment really is almost like a one-of-a-kind thing. Like Angry Video Game Nerd points out that it's basically like the Earthbound waterfall and Simon's Quest tornado are in their own ballpark of that type of like gameplay element. The pain, this is the end for me, which I think are both funny, so. Okay, does he recognize the potion? Give him the magic potion, yes. Is this magic potion? It looks very suspect, but if I am to die, it can't hurt to drink it. Go big or go home. Oh my gosh. Glug glug. Ah. Ew, it's awful. But it flows through me. The royal line is saved. Who are you? Well, thank you. Spire? The filthy water that flowed in from the east lately must have made me ill. I will never forget you. What do you wish for, Spire? Huh? A big fish? Do you mean Jabu Jabu? But Jabu Jabu is the guardian of us Zoras. Calling him a fish is an insult. Watch your language? Okay. So you probably visit him in the present. This is, I would love to do like a remix of this version with the 64 version of this theme, the Zora theme. Oh, there's more Zoros here, too. Our ruler, King Zoro, sits in the rear. Take care not to be discourteous. The king is a very open Zoro. Feel free to speak to him about anything. And yeah, he's blue now. Okay. Great healer! What do you ask? You wish to enter Jabu Jabu? My permission is needed to enter Jabu Jabu. But I can't permit just anyone to see our guardian. Anyhow, the filthy seawater has left Jabu Jabu near death. Aww. If you say you must, then find a way to get rid of this filthy seawater and save Jabu Jabu. Will you accept this quest? Yes. Very well, then take this. You got the library key. Okay. So you do that dungeon first. That dungeon, and then you probably get the item in Jabu Jabu. This is the key to Eyeglass Isle Library, east of here. It is an ancient library, so I do not know if this key still works. But perhaps you can research why the seawater is so filthy. I trust you to save Jabu Jabu. Okay, maybe the library is not a dungeon. It's just a library. Zoros must not be big readers. Well, if you read Macau's song lyrics, baby! Hey, he's a poet. Oh yeah, we gotta go to the past. I'm sure many of them read. I'm sure there are Zorro scholars. Uh-oh. Tried to press A to access it like a text box. That's funny. Are these all Zelda 1 characters? It's dangerous to go alone? Those who have seen a strange beast on the isle to the west say the beast is always there, never attacks, and just stares. Yes, he is very friendly. Zorro, I am. Yeah, like the Spanish hero. It is Zora. That is like child me. I used to say Zorro. Yes, Zora, you're right. River Zoros. Oh, is that a new species? They're all Spanish heroes? As if asking for help. Some even claim it speaks. It's nonsense. This is the Eyeglass Isle Library. Fairy powder is said to be stored in back, but I've yet to see it. The Fairy Queen used to live on the island west of here, but she vanished recently. Surely the Fairy Queen could do something for these seas. Fairy powder is locked away in back, but without another book of seals, no one can reach the powder. By the way, what is fairy powder? So we get the powder, cure the Great Fairy, the Queen, which I thought wasn't a title until Wind Waker, or I thought there weren't Great Fairy Queens until Wind Waker, but that's interesting. It's a podium for holding a book. So we probably go to the past. Hold on. I'm studying the cause of the filthy seawater. It seems to have suddenly become polluted hundreds of years ago, but I have learned nothing more. Welcome, this is Eyeglass Isle Library. Long ago, fairy powder was kept in this very library. However, at some point in the past, someone took it away, and now none remains. There used to be something in back for sealing things away, but now there's just one crinkled old book. Nintendo Power Issue 1? I can already read. The Fairy Queen who keeps the Sea Clean. That's my favorite story. Have you heard of fairy powder? Fairy tales say it turned a cursed queen back to her original shape. They say that fairy powder was kept in back long ago. I don't know if it's true or not, but it sure is romantic. This is the Book of Seals. It was once part of a set, but now only this one remains. How they were used is an eternal puzzle. You say you can solve the riddle of this book? Oh, this should be interesting. I give to you the Book of Seals. Thank you. What a generous elderly man. Is he from Zelda 1? Okay, we will, the goal is to save right inside Jabu Jabu's belly, and then we'll call it a stream. It's a podium for holding a book. Place the book of seals here. Yes. 4, 2, 2. Okay. Okay, including this tile. 4, 2, 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3, like that. Okay. Okay. I thought it meant as you leave. With no floor. Or onto the invisible floor. Oh, I like this. Can't you do... Wait. You can also do checks like this. Tiles in my Zelda game? Yeah, classic. You have done well to make it so far. I acknowledge your courage and offer you this. You got fairy powder. It removes curses. Continue on without fear. Do not forget your courage. Thank you. You brought me fairy powder? Now I can return to normal. Sprinkle the powder on me. It removes curses. Nice. Not in Pokemon. Well, there is no fairy powder move right now. So, maybe if they make fairy powder a move, maybe it does remove curse. Maybe it's like haze. Thank you, young one. Now I can cleanse the seas of evil. Oh, that's pretty powerful. Wait, are all the blotches gone? Yes. That's cool. I didn't even think about those being removed. Dang, does she do paid services? That's pretty good cleaning. I like how the Zoros are looking around. There you go. Magical. Now Link's looking around. Huh? Nice. Wow, that's a lot of access. Interesting. We must take care on Jabu Jabu. He can even swallow us. Spoilers. I do want to see if this guy has new dialogue too. Hold on. The seas are sparkling clean. King Zoro will be so pleased. Actually, let me go talk to him real quick. Thanks to you, our seawater is clean again, and Jabu Jabu's health has returned. All is well. I never go back on my word. I dub you Zoro Hero and permit you to enter Jabu Jabu. You may go see Jabu Jabu. Oh yeah, I guess we needed to talk to him in the first place anyway. Hi. He's got Igors in his mouth. Well, that's just, you know, on brand with dungeons in this game. So when the dentist says open wide, he also says hello to these 6. Hello. All right, I'm gonna save. The little Igors. Okay. Well, those Gale Seeds. Yeah, I really was like, right, you can see it on stream. Right when I got the first Gale Seeds, I was like, oh, nice. These things one-shot a lot of enemies. These are strong. And then with the shooter, I was just like, oh, wait, so I could just shoot these. One shot, you know. So completely did not cross my mind that Gale Seeds were the Song of Soaring of this game, to even think there was warping aside from past to present. So that was fun. I actually enjoyed that. That was a classic I'm stuck Zelda moment. That was like water temple levels, as in like I love solving problems like that. So because I was like, okay, they're giving me Gale Seeds right here. Hold on. What would I need this for? Shooting Jabu Jabu? And it's like, what, cleaning his sinuses? You know, but turns out you could work. Alright, have a good one. I will be back with this game tomorrow, early afternoon. Stay safe out there. Stay hydrated. And adios. Water's not moving with... The eye's not moving with the water. It concentrated. Adios.